So I was working on a different video, but it seems like that Sony will be releasing a PlayStation 5 early 2020. And this is not a drill because multiple sources are talking about it, and there was a job listing from Infinite Warfare or Infinity Ward, who made Infinite Warfare. They confirmed that they are working on an unannounced title for multiple next-gen platforms. That was a couple of months ago, and today, this is what Charlie Intel said. Kotaku says that many developers are expecting the PlayStation 5 to be released in 2020, which is why Sony is skipping E3 2019. And yes, that is correct, because Sony just came out and they confirmed the fact that they are skipping E3 2019 because they got something that they want to announce that is far bigger in the near future. A lot of people are predicting that to be a PlayStation 5 announcement, and I'm sitting here, I recently just got a PS4 Pro, and it seems like I'm gonna be putting that on eBay real soon, and PS4 prices are dropping like it's nothing as well. So let's just get this video started. As always, if you want to support these videos, absolutely like and subscribe, but let's get this shit started. Now, this is what Game Informer said, and I want to go through every little thing here, and then I will talk about the patent that Sony filed, and I will also talk about that job listing that is coming from Call of Duty itself. But this is what Game Informer said, and I quote, "As the industry involves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continued to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community. The company told Game Informer in a statement that PlayStation fans mean the world to us, and we always want to innovate, think differently, and experiment with new ways to delight gamers. As a result, we have decided not to participate in E3 in 2019. We are exploring new and familiar ways to engage our community in 2019 and can't wait to share our plans with you." But when asked if Sony would push its event offsite similar to how Electronic Arts provides a show adjacent to E3, PlayStation Senior Vice President of Communication Jennifer Clark elaborated further, saying, "We will not activate or hold a press conference around E3. Sony's withdrawal from E3 likely comes as a disappointment to fans that look forward to the company's stage show as a centerpiece for the expo as a whole. From huge announcements like Spider-Man and Horizon Zero Dawn to tense on-stage demos like The Last of Us, Sony has always brought a certain flair to the show. The press conference battle between Microsoft and Sony, especially once Nintendo changed to a video format, is often the talk of E3. The announcement comes after Sony declined to hold their annual fan event called PlayStation Experience, or PSX, this year, which usually takes place in the first 2 weeks of December. Sony Interactive Entertainment Chairman Sean said at the time that there simply was not enough to show this year, a problem that fans also pointed out during the previous year's more low-key event. The official statement suggests that Sony plans to engage the community in other events. Does this mean Sony will be reviving the currently shuttered PlayStation Experience? We're looking at events as a whole and how we can speak more to our fans and continue to wow them. The timing of PSX and E3 didn't allow for that," Clark replied, "but lots of exciting things to come, and we hope to share shortly. Some of our biggest games will have key milestones next year, so we will work hard to blow those up," end quote. And hey, before I get to that patent and the job listing, this is what Charlie Intel said, and this is very interesting because Sony has announced that they will not be at E3 2019, marking one of the first time that the company will not be at the event. Activision has partnered with Sony over the last few years and used Sony's E3 conference to present new footage of their latest Call of Duty games. Maybe this means that this time that Sony is not gonna be partnered with Activision, but it doesn't make sense because Activision want to make the big paper and Sony also want to make the big paper, so it doesn't make sense that all of a sudden Call of Duty is gonna go over to Xbox, right? It doesn't make sense, but that is still a possibility is what I'm trying to say. So my take on this whole matter is that Sony will be announcing PlayStation 5 probably late 2019. I think that they're gonna be announcing it somewhere in September or October. I don't think it will be in November because I will show you something in just a little bit that makes sense. So I feel like they're gonna be announcing a PlayStation 5 around then. I wish that it wasn't coming out this early though, but I feel like that PlayStation 4 and Xbox has just reached their peak, right? Because we had PlayStation 5 for a very long time. It released back in 2013, and right now we're sitting in 2018, 5 years after, and next year it will be 6 years, and when we get to see the console, it will almost be about 7 years that we were kind of playing on this platform platform. But another thing could be that, hey, they haven't got anything to announce yet. I feel like they realized that let's have a banger of a show rather than a dull show, right? It could be that, but this was a job listing, and I'm pulling that out from my video that I made on 2nd of July 2018, right? And this came from Infinity Ward, and they said that come work with the games industry's brightest on a new exciting unannounced title for multiple next-gen platforms. And they absolutely meant to say next-gen platforms and not PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox One X. And rumors are flying around that we're gonna have Modern Warfare 4 next year, probably in October or November, and therefore we're gonna have a PlayStation 5 announcement before then, but it's not gonna be somewhere around August or July because that's kind of like the E3 time, right? It can very well be because E3 is in June, but I doubt it. I feel like that it's gonna be somewhere between September and October, and then Modern Warfare 4 will come out and it's gonna be on next-gen platforms as well. And another big thing that happened recently was all about PlayStation 5 controller having a touchscreen, and this is what Reddit found. Over the years, Sony DualShock gamepad hasn't strayed too far from its humble beginnings. At least aesthetically, the PlayStation 4 ushered in a trackpad, but it remains the unfussy controller the gamers know and love. There are changes afoot through, according to /gear, a patent that surfaced on Reddit over the weekend reveals Sony is working on a touchscreen for the DualShock. The patent filed by Sony last year and published last month references a touchscreen defined along the top surface of the main body between the first extension and the second extension, end quote. It could be a mere upgrade on the DualShock 4 model, but people are speculating that Sony might be working on the controller for their upcoming next-gen console, the PlayStation 5. It's not yet known when it will launch, but analysts believe it will come before the end of 2021, and I really believe that it's gonna be either early 2020 or mid 2020, because that's how we're gonna have the next Call of Duty title on current gen and also on next gen. You remember when we had Call of Duty Ghosts, we just had to pay like 10 bucks and you could use PlayStation 3 disc on PlayStation 4, and basically it was like a next gen experience and the graphics were better and all that type of thing. So I'm pretty sure we're getting a PlayStation 5 early 2020 or late 2020, and we're gonna hear about it next year after E3 is my guess. But let me know what you guys think. Do you really want a PlayStation 5 this early? I mean, I feel like that we need to move forward, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to spend 400 bucks on a console. I really hope that it's not expensive as shit, because I recently just got a PS4 Pro. Come on, Sony. And also, as I was about to end this video, this is what Treyarch said, and we also got the patch notes. I just want to skim through that real quick with you all, but this is what Treyarch said. We're prepping for a very special double XP event next week, and starting tomorrow, it's time to unlock those operator mods and kill counters even faster. I feel like they meant to say tier rewards. I'm not sure though, but we also gonna get double weapon XP, and double XP is gonna be coming to multiplayer and zombies this weekend, which is very cool. But I feel like this is just gonna be double weapon XP. But this is what changed in the update. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but Treyarch said that our latest title update to Black Ops 4 has arrived on PC with a long list of changes exclusive to PC, but they also did a handful of gameplay and quality of life improvements across all modes on all platforms, including improved melee attacks, hit registration, and exploit fixes in multiplayer, as well as several more crash fixes and gameplay issue resolutions in zombies. Does this mean the graphics and the resolution will be very good this time? And they also say these include improved stability across all zombie maps and numerous updates to IX and Blood of the Dead. This week in zombies, we've introduced a modifier to the perk system, lovingly known as Speed Cola in previous games, that increases weapon reload speed. In Black Ops 4, this modifier adds a plus 33% of reload speed improvement. It will also have a combined effect of 50% increase, especially when you just combine that with mags and hybrid mag, which is pretty cool. It's far better than not having this perk, if you know what I mean. And they also did a bozo ass amount of other stuff that I'm not gonna go through here. Let me know what you guys think. Do you really really want to see a PlayStation 5 that early. I mean, like, we've hit the peak and I feel like it's gonna be much better to move forward, but spending $400 to $500, nah son, that's way too much. I hope that it's somewhere between $200 and $300, but probably not gonna happen. They're gonna make the system very beefy, definitely more beefier than PS4 Pro and everything like that. But check out some other videos on the screen. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like and subscribe and all of that good shit, and I will see you in the next one.